It's old Santa again, checking in from the North Pole. Today, Santa is going to tell you about one of my favorite reindeer, Rudolph. Now, Rudolph is near and dear to Santa's heart for many reasons. He's a wonderful leader, a real team player, a good worker, kind and generous, and really determined to make sure that Santa makes all his rounds and makes little girls and boys happy on Christmas Day. But the one thing that separates Rudolph is his heart. You see, for a time, it looked like Rudolph wasn't going to be able to make the reindeer team. You know how important my team is in delivering all those presents around the world. The reindeer have to be strong, confident, and determined to do the job no matter how bad the weather, no matter what problems we might run into, and no matter how the reindeer and old Santa might be feeling when it's time to fly. But Rudolph wasn't the biggest or strongest reindeer. In fact, he was kind of scrawny. When he was young, I didn't think the poor little fella would be able to make the trip. He was kind of sickly, and to be honest, a little bashful and not very confident. The other reindeer used to laugh at him. They wouldn't even let him join in their reindeer games. He was kind of an outcast. But the one thing he had was a heart as big as the North Pole itself. He was always trying to get noticed and telling us that he was ready, willing, and able if we needed him. But I just wasn't sure. So he kept getting passed over. Well, one Christmas Eve, just about the time we were ready to leave, our lead reindeer came down sick. It was obvious that he couldn't make the trip. What was Santa to do? So, one by one, I searched for a replacement, but I kept coming back to Rudolph, wondering if it was time to give him a chance. Imagine if he couldn't come through. So I said, Rudolph, do you think you can do this? Can you guide my sleigh tonight? I had my doubts, but I noticed a twinkle in Rudolph's eye and a big smile as if to say, Santa, I can do this. It's my time. Well, he didn't let me down. He guided that sleigh that Christmas Eve in record time, like he'd been doing it forever. The other reindeer loved Rudolph after that, realized what a leader he was, and he's been my lead reindeer ever since. That cute little red nose of his doesn't hurt either. Comes in handy on those bad weather trips when it's hard to see. Make sure to check in with old Santa again soon for another Christmas story. Well, it's time for old Santa to get back to work again. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a good night.